Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video I'm going to talk about 3 books that you must read before you die. The number 1 book is Mastery. The Mastery is written by Robert Greene and it is one of the best books that I've read so far. The reason why it is best is because Robert Greene dives into the one of the most desired option, one of the most desired thing in human life, that is patience, that what you want to be in life. Everyone asks what you want to be, but most people don't have the answer. A few months back, I asked one of my cousins, like, she was just passing out the HSC, it means high school, the exam. And when I asked her, I'm sorry, not about high school, it was HS, high secondary. She was about to pass out the high secondary, and I asked her, what do you want to be? And brother, I really don't know what I want to be. So this is one of the questions that people don't know. And in these books, Robert Greene dives into all these things. Like, he brings out all these historical figures who didn't have any idea what they want to be in their life. But as they got older, they begin to realize that this was the profession that they always want to be. Like, for example, let's say your father was your father was a musician, so you're naturally drawn to be music, and you played music, and your father appreciate that you love music because you also love music. But later in life, when you grow old, like you're 30 or 40 years, you feel like music is not for you. That time you realize that music was never meant for you. It was the painting that you love the most. It was the dance that you love the most. It was, public speaking that you love the most. So in this book, he talks about all these figures, like how can you stop making that mistake? How can you save yourself from years of wasting your time in life? Like, for example, the historical, if I have to talk about Charles Darwin, he wrote a book, Origin of Species, but his father was totally against that. His father wanted him to be practice a medical in his, in his pharmacy, in his practice medicine. He never wanted his son to become a botanist, someone who is explorer, someone who research about this species, this extinct species. But he loved it so much. He used to collect butterfly when he was young, and when he got a chance to be part of the explorer. There was an exploration that these sailors were going in another island to explore it. He got that voice in a sea voice, and when he got opportunity, he couldn't resist himself. He couldn't control himself from going with them. Even he had a homesick, but he went along with them. So this is the point. When Darwin got the opportunity, he totally couldn't stop himself from going there. So that's the point. So you might be doing something wrong in your life. You're not doing wrong. You might be doing something that you will. That means it's those makes you understand that these books will help you find your true calling in your life, like what you always want to become. You could be doing something that you do not want to do the rest of your life. Your life has a different purpose in you. So these books will help you to find your true calling. That's the number 1 book. The second book is Compound Effect. It's another one. I have been reading this. I have already completed this book, and I love it so much that I was reading this book in the Kindle, and I love it so much that I thought like I need a physical copy of this. And Compound Effect is one of the best book I have read. This is one of the best self-help book I ever read in my life. The reason why is that every steps you take is adding to the. I have a word card. This code goes like this. Whatever you're doing in life is adding to the life you want, or letting your life that you do not want to be. So you have to ask. You could be drinking a 5 cup of coffee tea every single day. You might not feel the impact right now, but 10 years, 20 years from now, from 10 years, 20 years from today, you will feel this impact. So this book talks about simple, small action compounds each day can make a difference. It's not visible. Here's the three example of three guys. The three guy. One guy is alcoholic. He loves to drink. Second guy, that means first guy bought a TV. So he bought. So when he comes from office, he watches TV. This first guy bought a TV, and he used no. When he comes from office, he always watch TV. The first guy does that. Second guy thought about changing his life, like, oh, I need to improve my life. So what he did, he do exercise every day. He read a self-help book. Now third guy started adding alcoholic drinks to his life. Now here's the difference, and it won't be visible within 1 year. I mean, not even. It is not visible within 1 month, not even year. It's only visible after 18 years. The difference, it's very negligible difference is there within just 1 year. You just cannot see it because it's so small, because everything. And guess what? Whose life become better? The first one, second one, third one. The guy who bought the TV, the second guy who choose to exercise every day, read a book, or third guy who drinks alcohol every day. The second guy who decided to include exercise, who decided to read a book. And the first guy who bought a TV, life remained the same. He couldn't got promotion, his life is in misery. The second guy who decided to read every day self-help book, who decided to exercise, is living a better life. He has a better family, he's loving his wife, he's loving his life, and he even got promotion, he's earning a good amount of money. The third guy who's alcoholic, the health deteriorated, now he's living in a miserable life. So these books definitely must read. And if you read this book, I will put the description in this. And if you guys read it, you're definitely going to understand how a small action creates a difference over time. Now before I go to another third book, I read a quote in my Instagram every day. And some people might think like it comes necessarily through me, like from my side. It comes out necessarily. It comes easy for me to write. It wasn't easy in the first beginning. I used to write every single day quotation. It was difficult. I used to wake up and write a quote. There was a time when I still have the diary. It's far away from me, so I cannot show. I have a very limited time. I other works, so I cannot bring it to show you. And this was the early stage. I used to write every day. That's how I developed the habit of writing quotes. It's not that easy. Everything starts small, and over time you begin to get the result. That's what I want to say. This is what compound effects talks about. The last one, 50 Cent book. It's called 50 Cent's Law. 50 Cent's Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent and Robert Greene. I haven't completed that book. It's just few pages left. I'm almost about to finish it. And one of the great things I love about this book is that 50 Cent, it's a biography, it's a half biography and a half about historical figures. Right? Robert Greene is, if you know Robert Greene, you read strategies, war, power, seduction. These are the topics that Robert Greene writes about. In this book, he looks the 50 Cent from distance. He observes him and how he acts, how he behaves. He's a true hustler. If you are facing, you're going to depression, you feel like losing in life, you feel like a loser, you should read this book, 50 Cent's Law. Because end of the day, you will not, your failure, your depression will look like small. Because 50 Cent's life wasn't easy. He had his grandma. He didn't know who his father was. He was literally his upbringing was made by his grandmother, and it wasn't easy. There was many siblings, so he never got that education of mother or father. So he had a difficult life. The main thing is, what are you doing? So in this 50 Cent, he talks about how he overcomes that. He never had an easy life from young age. It was like selling a crack cocaine in the street, like a street to make a good amount of money at that time, because everyone's doing that. He thought like this is the way to earn money. He was a true hustler. He went to jail, right? he was a minor and he's hung out for I think 18 months. There was a time he close to death. There was the other hustler who was doing the same thing, wanted to kill him. And somehow he find his true calling that if I show my weakness to people, if I show that I'm weak, if I show my weakness, I will definitely be out of this business. Although he had to do it, there's no option. There was everyone is doing that. So, but the real thing is that he needs to make himself out of it. That's the true calling. See, he could have ended in jail for every entire life. He could have killed by someone. Somehow he managed to get himself out from it and become the person that he is today. And that never ended there. When he became a rapper, he was a true hustler. That at that time people wanted to literally the record label get what you call cut themselves from him, because if you know 50 Cent, you must have heard some of his Mami's song. There was one song where he talk about he coming face to face the death. He was shot I think 5 to 6 times with close range. He was about to die, and he came back. But then here's what happened. The record label decided to cut a connection from him because he was disgraced to the record label. So I am just quoting everything from this book. Nothing is coming from me. Everything about cocaine, drugs is all written here. You can read it and you will know. So he just came out. Record just said remove all this release date and we're going to put it down to I forgot, I think interrogation or something like that. It was written in it. So that's how. But he had to bring himself up. He had to create again from the beginning. It's not easy. Like you have this name, fame, suddenly you have to start all over again. This is not easy. And this is what life throws at you. He's a true hustler because he's a true hustler. That's why I'm telling that it's about mindset. If you always show yourself small, you're going to be knocked down. People will take advantage of you. Sometimes it is said that being nice is also bad. So you have to know when to be nice, when to be bad. And too much bad also too much being a bad guy also bad. Sometimes too much being good, nice also bad. You have to choose the difference. You have to keep the balance. So he came out. Again, there was another incident where his song, I think it was from Curtis. There was an album called Curtis. I had this audio cassette. Anyways, one of the song he put is in entire energy, money, and he was leaked in the internet. And guess what happened? If any song get leaked before it's released, any movies get leaked, you know what happened. It destroys the revenue of the company. It destroys the production house, record label. And what he did is, when he found out, he acted like he didn't know. He smashed his phone like really hard. He smashed his, I think it was HTTP, and all was this to show that he got mad, to take a public attention. And his his media team and there was another one team was knew that it was this. He was wanted to prove that he got mad because he got linked. So that's how he strategy. This is one strategy he tried, and there are many things you can learn from this. This is what I'm talking. Want to say. I really love this book. The one reason. Now, before I end this video, I want to talk about this last thing about this book. Is the reason why I really love about this book is that it talks about how you can overcome anything in life. It doesn't matter, because sometimes you will. You know what? One of the worst thing and good thing about life is that problem never ends. Problem will never gonna. Right now, before I recording this video, I have first minute. I was changing here and there. I have to give water to this. This contractor, the chiller. My mom called me up. Hey, you got to put water. I have to clean the room. There are 3-4 rooms. I brushed that, and the stain is still there. I'm running out of time. I decided to make a review of 5 books, but then I ended up 3 books because I have less time. So this is the problem. 2 books are that side. a little bit far away from me. I don't know how this audio will gonna be. It may sound crap, but still I'm gonna put it, because at the end of the day, if you get something out of this video, I am more happier than anything else. That's what I want to say. This is what life should work. Their problems and my petition was, he had money, he was thrown out of level because he was famous. This is what life is. Life always tells you how badly you want. This is what I want to say. I hope you guys have loved this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.